Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylos. Now, if you're like me, you were probably waiting for the Battlefield 5 announcement, and you probably want to know what the hell this game is all about. Well, I'm just going to say this straight away. It doesn't have a Battle Royale mode, which is a little bit of a shock. But what I'm going to do in this video is explain what the game is kind of about, because it looks pretty decent. Reaction, I mean, obviously, you can't really look at stream chat and be like, well, this is something to really take note of. But reaction was quite negative. There were a lot of people going, what is this? What's going on? Also, the reaction on Twitter has been quite interesting as well. Anyway, let's get stuck into this. So, they claim it's the most immersive Battlefield ever, which is the most generic statement to say, well, ever, so fair enough. It's in World War II now, yes, we know that, because there was a couple of leaks, well, not really a leak, but it was like a teaser trailer of the guy standing over the dude, and it had the Axis and the British flags at the top, so we could work out it was World War II, and that was beautiful, and that was great. Anyway, let's talk about some of the new features or returning features that this has. So it's got co-op. Now, this is called Combined Arms, and you and 3 other players can play the single-player war story missions. Now, this is pretty good. You know, I enjoy co-op gaming. That's cool. It's fancy. And that's great. In fact, I think the footage you guys are seeing in the background of this video and the trailer, that's actually from the war stories, because they did reference during this reveal that there is no multiplayer gameplay, and this will be shown at a later date. So this must be Combined Arms play. Now, interestingly, they say that there'll be resource scarcity. So you'll have to decide, you know, shall I blow all my ammo? I might not be able to get enough ammo before I move on to the next story, or whatever the hell's going on. Now, this means that you might have to extract early, or you can just sort of stay on the mission. They didn't really give too much information about it, but all we know is co-op's coming back, and you and 3 other players, so it's 4 players in total, can do it, and it's co-op, which is fancy. Also, apparently, you'll be moved around by shockwaves, so when shells explode and rockets come in and whatever, you'll actually feel like a knockback on your character. And there is apparently an enhanced movement system where you can sort of crawl around on the floor and whatever and all of that stuff, which, you know, is okay. Apparently there's still destruction, and there's more destruction, and high caliber rounds can fire through walls. Now, the example they give with this is if you've got like a pistol and you're firing at a wall, well, the bullet won't go through. But if you're firing a heavy machine gun at the wall, it's going to destroy the wall, go through the wall, and kill everybody on the side. That's cool, and that adds a bit of like visceral feedback to the game, so I'm cool with that. Grand Operations is a thing. Now, if you play BF1, you probably would have played Operations. Well, Grand Operations is apparently a bigger version of Operations. So this will span historic battles. So again, the example they gave with this is you would get day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And let's say in day 1, you suffer heavy losses, so day 2 is going to be very difficult for you, and then you might actually just lose the operation there. So all of your team dies, you run out of respawn tickets, and that's the end of it. Or you could go all the way to the final day, and you've got hardly any ammunition left, you've got maybe 1 respawn ticket left, and it's going to be a completely different style of game. And of course, this will go across different game modes. To me, that sounds pretty interesting. So Grand Operations is probably something I'm going to look out for. Then we've got secret weapons. Now, they don't tell us what any of this is, but they do show us a V1 rocket in the announcement trailer footage. I would imagine there'll be V2 rockets, all the other kind of crazy German secret weaponry stuff. There'll be the crazy stuff from Churchill's workshop, where you've got like floating tanks and bouncing bombs and all of that mad stuff. So that should be cool, but they didn't show any of that, so that is a bit of speculation on my part. Now, a new system they've got is the Fortification System. Now, while I was watching the stream, I was thinking, hey, this might be like a new kind of mode where you build a fortification against the enemy's base, and it's like a Battle Royale style base construction mode, but it's not. Fortification system just means everybody gets a toolbox. Now, with BF1, remember, you got a gas mask, right? Everyone had a gas mask. You could stick it on your face. That was cool. Now, instead of that, you get a toolbox. And what you can do with this is build fortifications. So this will let you reinforce buildings on the battlefield. It'll let you rebuild them. It'll let you build things like foxholes, pillboxes, defensive structures. It'll let you build machine gun nests. It'll let you build AA guns. So this is actually pretty funky. Like, you could really heavily sort of fortify and turtle down an area. I can see things like Conquest in my head. You just run to the point and everybody starts building loads of fortifications. There's loads of, I don't know, barbed wire everywhere or something. This could actually be pretty cool. How this actually turns out once you get into the game, I don't know. It might just be easy to run over all of this with a tank or blow it up. We'll have to wait and see. Then we've got a thing called the Company. Now, The company, as you guys can see on the screen here, it's like a collection of soldiers and vehicles and tanks. You can change the way your character looks, apparently change the way you play because you unlock different weapons, and all of this stuff. This is your standard Battlefield kind of thing. However, they do say there is no microtransactions. You earn all of the skins, the weapon skins, the tanks, the vehicles, everything is earned through playing the game. And they've also got rid of the Battlefield Premium Pass, so that's not a thing anymore. So if you buy Battlefield 5, you will just get all of the maps and all of the expansions for free. They don't even call them expansions. You're just going to get the content for free. This is good because it won't fragment the community. It's always been a pet peeve of mine that Battlefield fragments the community. And I'd be a guy, who would buy the... I guess you can call it the DLC, or maybe I didn't have the premium pass, but I bought one of the DLCs and then I didn't have the next one, and it's just not very good, is it? It's pretty crap. So this is good that all of that is got rid of, but it kind of gets me thinking, is there a catch? They haven't actually said if there is, so I don't know. It seems weird to me that EA would just remove microtransactions completely out of the game and things like expansion prices, because obviously they probably made quite a bit of money off that, so it's a bit weird. Then we get another game mode called Tides of War. Now, if any of you guys have played PlanetSide or PlanetSide 2, I was expecting it to kind of be like this. So they had a big map of the Earth up, and I'm like, oh, it's going to kind of be like a fight for sort of territory. But I don't know whether it's going to be that, because the explanation they gave of Tides of War is this. It's themed chapters of World War II, which focuses on key moments from World War II. There will be special Tides of War thematic rewards, and Tides of War happens at various stages. So the game launches on October the 19th, but on November, that's when we get our first Tides of War, and this will be a chapter focused on the fall of Europe, which follows the German forces invading mainland Europe. So this is obviously going to go to all of the different main phases of World War II, and this means, it could last for, 18 months, maybe even 2 years of content there, because if you've got war in Europe, that lasts for a few months, and then you go to you could get the war in the Atlantic, I suppose. You could go to the Asian theater. There's just loads of areas. There's North Africa, obviously. There's the Nordic regions. There's Russia. There's just loads of areas you could go. Operation Barbarossa could be one. So that's pretty much it. That is the announcement and all the details and what Battlefield 5 is. It has no Battle Royale, which is a bit of a shock. I was expecting that. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I mean, did Battlefield even need a Battle Royale mode? Let me know what you think about this. I know this has been a bit of a departure from usual content, so obviously I usually cover Overwatch all of the time, but I have been following Battlefield 5, and I would like to make content on some different games that maybe I've been following or looking at, because I'm a gamer, and we all play these games. Nobody just plays one game and doesn't touch anything else. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then hit the like button, and remember, you can subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you get alerted to when all my uploads go live, if YouTube decides to tell you. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Toodaloo.